back with another one, baby. How we doing, my kings and queens? So, I've been putting this one off for a while. I don't know why. Living with ADHD, right? And if you hadn't already noticed, I've got ADHD, right? And I know before people start saying, well, ADHD is not fucking real, it's, what is it, little brat syndrome or something like that, yeah. Once upon a time, a long time ago, that was me. I was like, it's just naughty kids, innit? You know what I mean? Just teach them some fucking... That's not what ADHD is. And I'll also say, I'm not talking about this cute fucking shit like, oh, I've got ADHD because sometimes I walk into a room. I don't know where that voice is coming from. I walk into a room and I forget why I went in there. Or I forget where I put my keys. God, it's that ADHD. I'm not talking about that. Every fucker does that, okay? So it doesn't mean you've got fucking ADHD. I'm going to start talking about the dark shit of ADHD. The fucking hard stuff. The kind of stuff that makes relationships hard. Makes living fucking hard, yeah? I'm talking about that stuff. I'm not talking about being a bit forgetful sometimes or... you daydream or space out now and then. Generally, we all do, yeah? So, let's get that out of the fucking road. Because the amount of people I see all the time, oh, I think I've got ADHD because of this, that and the other. No, mate. I mean, maybe, but probably not. Right? I mean, I know people with ADHD. I can see me in them straight. I could see it a mile off. I know people who's actually got ADHD. Including myself, right? So anyway, fucking hell, 2 minutes in and I'm not really started. Let's get on with the video. Right, first things first, like impact it has on your life. It's like living, for me, I think it's like living life on hard mode. I don't know, you know, it's not a woe is me fucking thing because I'm kind of glad I've got the ADHD, which I'll get to as well. So yeah, this is not me. Woe is me, you know, that's not me doing that, okay? But it is like living life on hard mode, and it's... I remember I used to say this a lot when I was younger. I said it's like I'm trying to try. Now, for some of you, you're probably thinking, what the fuck are you on about? Somebody with ADHD who's just heard that, you're probably thinking, oh my fucking god, yes. And it's like I'm trying so hard to try. Or appear like I'm trying, yeah. And, you know, I've been in relationships as well. Getting back to, you know, it has a massive impact on your love life. It will. It has for me, where it just seems like I don't care, yeah. I'm stuck in the moment where my head, you know, 100 thoughts, 100 mile an hour. It's like 1,000 ping pong balls in a fucking tornado, yeah. That's what my head, yeah. And so quite often, you know, it's been chasing a thought. I could walk from one side of the road to the other and fucking hell, the amount that's gone off in that time is unreal. I mean, I'm medicated. I have been for, what, 10 years now? Which is about the time I got diagnosed as well, which we'll also get to later. But yeah, getting back to the whole love life scenario, is that, you know, like planning. I'm not a planner in the fucking slightest. Why am I not? Because I've got a memory like a fucking sieve with a giant hole in it, yeah? Highly forgetful. You're going to be extremely forgetful if you've got ADHD. So, which is another point in itself, but I'm getting ahead of myself. You can tell I got fucking ADHD, can't you? Fucking hell. Right, so, if you don't plan things with somebody... quite often, they're going to see that as though you don't give a shit, yeah? Then couple that with not being able to listen very well. It's a lot better now, and I've, you know, trained myself as well, and really stuck with it to get better at listening, yeah? But it was a fucking, before medication, and I'm not on a high dose at all, a very low dose, if anything. And I've never wanted to go any higher than what I'm on because it was just enough to make life a little bit easier so I can get on with things. Don't get me wrong, it's not, still not easy, but it's manageable where I think, I can do this on that, okay? Whereas before being medicated, fucking hell, it was like I was drowning all the time, and life was just too fast, and I just couldn't keep up. I'm talking fucking any sort of paperwork, bills and shit like that. The amount I've paid out because I procrastinate, or particularly I'm terrible when it comes down to paperwork or forms I've got to fill out and shit like that. Anything's fucking boring, right? Because not only do I have ADHD, I'm dyslexic, right? I've got dyslexia as well, where fucking hell, you give me a letter, right? I get a letter through the mail, and it's a bill, and I'm like, half a line in, and I'm like, my brain goes, nope, and I could stare at that all day long, and it don't compute, right? It's not going in. My brain's like, who gives a fuck? This is far too many words. I can't deal with this, yeah? Even like, in fact, no, I'll go back to that. I'll write that fucker down, actually, that was just a funny quirk. Don't worry, I'll tell you later. Don't panic. Boom, it's wrote down. So yeah, I keep going on these fucking tangents, I understand, but where was I? It was the whole relationship shit, weren't it, where you're not paying attention, or seeming to pay attention. Again, I'm trying to fucking listen. It just won't fucking go in, yeah? So, and when, couple that with depression, which I've had a lot in my life. I mean, I was with one person where I was very depressed. Coupled with the ADHD, I was stuck in here. There was no getting out, yeah? So, for her, must have been frustrating, because it wasn't going in. So what would she do? More so. So what would I do? Fuck off. You get nagged at enough times. You're like, just get the fuck out of my life. You're doing my fucking head in. Talk to me like a fucking human, yeah? But I can see roles reversed. I drove her to that. Why did I? Because I couldn't fucking listen, yeah? So, if that's you, I know it's hard, yeah? Or if you've got a partner with ADHD, you need to understand that they are probably trying. I dare say they are trying very, very hard, yeah? It's not so easy. If you want their attention, make sure you get their attention, yeah? Touch them if you have to, yeah? Look them straight in the eye if you have to, yeah? You could be saying something and they're passing, but their mind's going on something else. Like I could look at their picture there, or my guitar, or the telly, and something had happened that just made me start thinking, and then also my brain's going places while you're in my ear. Doesn't matter what you're fucking saying, I'm somewhere else, yeah? I'm not in here. Yeah? So, bear that one in mind, and, don't go easy on them. Go easy on them. Another thing with love life, I mean, we're starting with that, so, is, you get bored quick. If you've got ADHD, you're going to get fucking bored quick. So again, the first hurdle in a relationship, or when they are getting a bit, you think, next. I've had enough of this cunt, yeah. I get bored very, very quickly, yeah. It's improved vastly over the years. I mean, like everything in my life, everything improves, yeah. I keep getting better in every area where, being bored, I've had relationships since where, I didn't get bored, really. Not to the degree where it's like, fucking hell, I'm going to leave, yeah, even though there's no wrong with it, no what's happening, no dramas. Yeah, I've not really had that anymore. But that was an issue. Yeah, where you need some sort of novelty. You need something to. It's like that dopamine. Yeah, you need more dopamine if you got the ADHD. You need it because it's like a dopamine deficiency. So you're constantly having to do shit. You know what I mean? I'm super creative. I know I keep going off subject, but I'm going to cover it all anyway, guys. So I know this is all over the place, but we will get there, okay? Promise you. It's because there's so much to talk about on this fucker. I've lived all life with it, and I just go places because when I start saying one thing, I'm like, fucking hell, I don't want to forget that, and I'm on to another, which is fucking ADHD as well, okay? What was I about? Creativity, yeah. This is why I'm glad I've got ADHD. You know, for all the bullshit, and it's been fucking hard just living sometimes, and getting back to the fucking bills and shit. The amount of outstanding bills where I've had to pay fucking double because I've not paid something on time, or getting back to, just did a video on about my girlfriend, our first date, parked in fucking McDonald's car park for 4 hours talking. I got a bill. I got a parking ticket, 50 quid for being parked there for however long. I'm thinking, you bastards. It was meant to be a cheap date. Motherfucker, right? So, and I looked and it says, pay by X amount of time, or it doubles to, I've got to pay £100. I'm like, alright, I'll put it down, I'll get round to it, I'll sort it. Well, when I finally got round to sorting it, it was 2 days after it should have been done if I wanted to pay 50 quid, so I had to pay 100, do you know what I mean? And it's that kind of shit all the fucking time with me, yeah. It just, I don't want to read, and it's like, I can't do it, I can't do the fucker. Don't get me wrong, if it's something interesting, something I'm interested in, I'll fucking read all day long. I love it, yeah, if it stimulates me. That's a big point of ADHD, just being stimulated. So again, when I was on about boredom in a relationship, it's not, I don't mean boredom, I mean, it is boring, someone with ADHD, but it is just not being stimulated. Chronic fucking boredom, ADHD, where it's just fucking, it's not pleasant. And again, like I said, that's where the creativity comes from, where even when I was a kid, you know, everything's just fucking boring. Like, I could watch something as soon as I get the gist of it, or I'm like, fuck this. And I go into my head, and my head, I can create anything I fucking want. That excites me, yeah, that stimulates me. So that's probably, my creativity is probably down to my ADHD. So, and the creativity part of my life is a huge part of my life. Therefore, as much of all the drama and bullshit I've had in my life because of the ADHD, I won't trade it in because of all this, yeah, the creativity. Not that I've done a hell of a lot with the creativity, because, again, the procrastination and shit like that with the ADHD, and starting projects and going, oh, I'm fucking done with that now, on to something else. Fuck it. I mean, the amount of story ideas I've had, right, for writing novels, I've done 5, okay? I wrote 5 novels, all of which need going over again, but who wants to go over something you've already fucking done? Anyone with ADHD, no thanks, no thank you, not at all. So what happens to them? They just get put in a drawer. Some of my stories are fucking beautiful. I'm talking, they'd be great, absolutely great, and they're just lost. They never see the light of day. Why? Because I can't be fucking arsed to go over and reread all the shit I've already done, tweak words here and there, make sure its spelling's right and all that shit. I can't be arsed. So what do? Oh, I've got another great idea. And then as soon as I get another idea for a novel, and it's good, and I'm like, fucking hell, I can't rest. And I'll spend hours and hours and hours. I will hyper-focus. The thing about ADHD is, let's say, an attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, but it's not that you can't pay attention. That's a misconception. You can. You can hyper-focus, but it's got to be something you're super fucking into, yeah? And for me, writing novels, that was a big one for me. So I'd have an original idea that's never been done before, and it's exciting, it's good, it's complex. I think that's brilliant. And then in my head, I'm constantly building on this story, and then I'll get big pieces of paper like this, and I'm just plotting it all, and there's lines going off here, there, and everywhere, and I'm building all these characters, and I'm just building this entire world and all these characters, and it just gets bigger and more complex, and attention to detail and all this shit. Great, yeah, and I do all that, and I am so I feel amazing. I feel fucking amazing. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so driven. I'm just like, yes, I feel so good about this. And I look back at it all, and think, I can't believe I thought of this, because it's so complex with all these stories entwining with each other, and the payoff at the end with all these other little bits happening to get to there. And I'm like, wow, I've thought of this, yeah. And I do that, and then I've got to write the fucker. Now it just feels like work. Straight away feels like work, yeah. I think, I've put the idea, I've created this idea, and I've kind of put it down roughly on paper, the whole plot, the whole skeleton of the story, if you will. I'm done now. I'm like, yeah. But the time and time again, I've made myself just sit there and start typing it up on keyboard or whatever, on laptop. And it's fucking hard. It was so hard. And I say to myself every day, you want to be a fucking writer, why aren't you fucking writing? Yeah, and I'm just making myself do it. And sometimes, I'll get into a role and I'll get really disciplined with myself, and I'm banging pages out, pages and pages. Then what does happen? I get a better idea. You motherfucker. Honestly, I'll be halfway through a project where the whole idea and the whole story I'm super excited about, and then ping, I've got another one, and this one's even fucking better. So again, like a madman, I'm spending hours and hours and hours. I could plotting out this giant story, and then I've just killed the other one now. That one will never see the light of day because I've got the new shiny, yeah. And this applies to everything in life, same as like job. I'm very lucky with my job that I've got, because I do driveways, patios, all that kind of thing. Each job, it's a different challenge. There's different problems I face, different customers, different gardens, it's a different place, do you know what I mean? So if I spend a few weeks at one place, I think, I'm fucking bored of this fucking place, I can't wait to get on the next job, yeah. Well, boom, next thing you know, I'm on the next job, yeah. Being how anyone could work in a factory or in a warehouse where you're in the same four walls, or an office, same four walls day in, day out, and you're doing the same thing over and over again. That would be hell to me. That would be actual hell. It really would. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I worked in care for 4 years, which again was surprising for me that I managed to hold down a job for 4 years, yeah. And I progressed really quickly as well, become the assistant manager within that time. I was only like 2 or 3 months out in when I was team leader. I've never worked in care in my fucking life. But I was passionate about it. I loved it. I've always had this caring side to myself and wanting to help others. So I do this fucker. Yeah. So, that appealed to me. And because I was working with challenging behaviour, you didn't know what you were going to get. Every day, you don't know what you're going to get. You could have the most smooth, plain sailing shift ever, or you're having every single object you can imagine being thrown at you, and people trying to murder you, yeah. So it was stimulating, yeah. That's what kept me there for 4 years. So, in progressing, also found stimulating because it was a new challenge, it was a new step that kept me going. But anything else, fucking hell, I wouldn't be able to do it. I would not be able to do it. My brain would be like, nope. It's, chronic fucking boredom, just get bored like that. And then your brain just suddenly goes, we've got to do something else, we've got to go somewhere else, you're gone, you've lost them, yeah. It's not good. Same with, even down to reading the story to the kids. I couldn't even do that, fucker. I know it sounds bad, doesn't it? If we got a new book, great, it's new. New fucking book. The novelty, it's new. I ain't read this fucker, yeah. I'm excited to read this fucker, yeah. The Gruffalo, bit of that was great first time round, loved it, yeah. So I'm reading to the kids, like, oh yeah, and I'm reading it, telling them, they're like, this is great. Put it down, done, right. Next day, can we read that one again? I want to hear about the Gruffalo again. I'm thinking, fucking hell, no. And I think, right, go on then, of course I will. Daddy loves you. You want Gruffalo? We're having Gruffalo, yeah? I'll pick it up. First page, and I'm looking at the words and thinking, I remember that from yesterday. Fucking hell. I'm going to read it again. Maybe I will. But it'll be painful, yeah? Day 3. Gruffalo again? Oh, dear. You want Gruffalo again, dear? Oh, my days. No chance. Not a chance. I'll pick it up and I'll go, so what do? And I used to do this all the time with kids. I'd look at the pictures and make my own dialogue based on the pictures. It'd be funny, and I'd do funny voices. Kids would love it. Kids would love it more than me reading it straight, reading it properly, yeah? Reading the actual fucking words in the story. Hello! Funny voices and shit like that, yeah? And, you know, I'd find what was funny on the page and sort of incorporate it into my own story that I'm making. Love doing that. I could do that every day. In fact, I did do it all the time. Why? Because, again, being creative stimulated me, whereas reading the same fucking book every fucking night, I can't do it. I cannot fucking do it. Not a chance. So, there's another little insight there for you. And with the ADHD and all, there's a million and one things. I forget what's going on my Clark Kent. A million and one things with the old ADHD, even down to like fidgeting, fucking. My legs are like that all the fucking time. Like, you know what I mean? I used to tap all the time. Drumming, all the time. I've got to be doing something, yeah. I can't sit still. I still a struggle to some degree. My girlfriend who I'm with now, you know, we'll sit and watch a film. My hands are all over and I don't leave her alone. Why? Because I've got to be fucking doing. She loves it, yeah. Well, I've got to be doing something, yeah. Probably why I fucking vape, yeah, because it's something to do with me fucking gob in my hands, yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, so it's been, what, about 10, 12 years, something like that, where I actually got diagnosed with the fucker. And I remember it was a few of my quirks that like I've just been on about. Kid's mum, she was like, oh, I wonder why you do all that. You know, she likes going Google. Google's got the answer. And she went, oh, you've got ADHD. And I was like, all right then, Duck. Of course I have. And she went, no. And then she's still reading more and more and more. And she's like, you've got fucking ADHD. I'm like, give it here, Duck. Give it here. So I take the phone, I'm looking through Google, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, word for word. I'm like, alarm bells are going off. I'm like, shit. And I know a lot of people are wondering, like, how did you not get diagnosed when you were younger? Well, I mean, the thing is, at school, I was a smart kid. I was very intelligent. Pretty good grades up until, like, the last few years of school, and it just nosedived. It bullshit, right? Because I just stopped. My brain had enough. I can't be doing this shit, yeah? It's boring me to tears. So what do I want to do? I just want to sit there and mess about, play with my mates, joke, have a laugh, and, you know, be a class clown, yeah? Disrupt the class. I was always disrupting the class. But at the same time, unlike other disruptive kids, I was very polite, very well-mannered. I was charismatic. Of course I fucking was, yeah. I was charming. The teachers liked me, so I got away with it. Simple as that. I got away with it, yeah. And, you know, a bit of social awareness as well. I knew sometimes I had to keep my fucking gob shut, yeah. Even as painful as that was sometimes. But, yeah, if somebody was disrupting a class, chances are it was me. That's who I was, yeah. Because I was fucking bored. So, how I deal with my ADHD now, like I say, I'm medicated, very, very low dose, but it's enough to keep me fucking doing what I do, yeah, without too much drama. I still struggle, I still struggle big time, and I always will, unless I get someone to do paperwork for me and all that shit, and make sure my bills are paid and all that crap. I mean, I'm a grown man. I should be able to do this, shouldn't I? Without any mishaps. But hey, not me. No, that's me ADHD. So remembering everything. I mean, running a fucking business is hard when you're as forgetful as I am. And it's not that you're forgetful. Sometimes it is because your brain, your brain's like, ooh, what's that? Boom, you're different. You're travelling without fucking going anywhere. Yeah. I fucking lost already. What was that about? Being forgetful. There we go. You see what I mean, right? Yeah. Being forgetful and that. I've got post-it notes fucking everywhere. Literally, got one there. I've got a load in my car, just stuck on the front. I mean, things. If I've got tomorrow, I've got a job to measure up after work. Yeah. So if I don't write that fucker down, I'm not going. I won't be there because I won't remember. Yeah. It's fucking hard, but you adapt. Yeah. So little things like that, little quirks. To take my medication, I've got to put it right in plain sight where my fucking keys are. So there's no possible way I can grab my keys in the morning for work and not take my fucking tablets. Yeah. Same with my fucking vitamins and supplements and shit like that. I've got to put it in the passageway so I walk over the fucker, yeah? It's the only way I need to take that, yeah? Otherwise, I won't take it, yeah? Jesus Christ, I'm surprised I don't forget to fucking feed my children, No, I haven't, I forgot that one. But hey, then again, I suppose they'd remind me, wouldn't they? Anyway, that's enough rambling. Fucking hell, this video's racking up some time. Maybe I'll touch on the subject some more, go in a bit more in depth in so many areas to go off with ADHD. So if you've got ADHD, you're not on your own, okay? There are things you can do to make things more manageable, and I know you probably feel like you're drowning and you're struggling, yeah? There's no shame in that. We're all, what is going on my hair? I don't know. I suppose it looks shit most of the time. I've just noticed it today. Yeah, we'll leave it there, guys. Like the video. Why not? Be a doll. Thank you. Drop us a comment. Maybe if you've got ADHD too, tell us about it. Let's hear about it. I do want this channel to be like a community, you know what I mean? So if anyone's got any shit, I don't like loneliness in people nowadays. Everyone's fucking lonely. There's so many lonely people. Come talk to us on here, yeah. Other people comment as well. I want a community, yeah, where people can just talk. So, if you got ADHD, let's hear some stories. Tell us about yourself. Tell us what you struggle with. Let's hear it, yeah. And, yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. Boom, might get some ADHD subscribers after this video. You never know. You guys, you're in good company. You're with old King D, okay? Done. We're done. Right. Be the best you. And do it for you. Cheers.